that silver lining to the story. If you thought that I would turn and run, then y'all don't know me. May my fears rest in peace, cause that's a old me. Got this taste on my tongue, I crave the glory. Gasoline in my veins, be the fuel through my pain. Oh, as we rise from the flames. Heart of a lion, never say never. Cut like a diamond, shine under pressure. Oh, it's time to fire on up. Oh, it's time to fire on up. Pound on your chest like there's no tomorrow. Just play the game right, no one can follow. Oh, it's time to fire on up. Oh, it's time to fire on up. They say the struggle is real. I say the struggle reveals how you deal with the monster that's inside you. I don't buy into the luck. I put my faith and my trust in my team. Everything that we done been through. Gasoline in my veins, be the fuel through my pain. Oh, as we rise from the flames. Heart of a lion, never say never. Cut like a diamond, shine under pressure. Oh, it's time to fire on up. Oh, it's time to fire on up. Pound on your chest like there's no tomorrow. Just play the game right, no one can follow. Oh, it's time to fire on up. Oh, it's time to fire on up. Heart of a lion, never say never. Cut like a diamond, shine under pressure. It's time to fire on up. It's time to fire on up, yeah. Pound on your chest like there's no tomorrow. Just play the game right, no one can follow. Oh, it's time to fire on up. Oh, it's time to fire on up.
Welcome, everyone, to our 2026 Camp Sequassen Summer Camp Kickoff. My name is Mike Migliori, and I'm your camp director this summer and also your MC for tonight's festivities. Tonight, we're going to talk a lot about all the great things that are coming to camp this summer, as well as meet some really important key people that are part of our camp staff. And of course, we're going to talk a lot about fun. All the fun, all the great things that you scouts and scouters get the opportunity to experience this summer at Camp Sequassen. This summer, we're running 7 weeks of camp. For week 1 starts June 28th, and we're going all the way through the second full week of August. Scouts will have a lot of opportunities to be able to explore the vast majority of our program areas, our merit badge, open program, as well as some of our various competitions that scouts really, truly enjoy. While at camp, we'll start our morning off with Reveille at 7 a.m. and flags at 7:45, followed by 3 merit badge time slot sessions. Then we have lunch at 12:30, followed by a short break. Then our 2 o'clock merit badge slot, which will be our 4th. And then we have all of our grade open program from 3 to 5, and again from 7 to 8 at night. We'll have flags at 5:45, dinner at 6, all together, family style. And then we do have some select evening programs that will be shared throughout tonight's presentation. And then our day will end with taps at 10 p.m. Sequassen is for scouts and scouters alike. So for all those adult leaders tuning in and listening, we have a lot of great and fun opportunities for you while you're at camp. So it's not just about working with the scouts, but you too, as scouters, get to enjoy camp for all it's worth. A couple of our key items, we have lawn games, we have in our sports and wellness area, We have our Scoutmaster Cook-Off, which takes place Wednesday afternoon, which is a culinary feat to test your camp cooking abilities in dessert, main course, and appetizer, or all three entrees as you choose. We have tomahawk throwing. We have one of my personal favorites, the Scouters versus staff volleyball game. And we have a lot of opportunity for Scouters for training. We offer Red Cross, American Red Cross lifeguard certification for adults. We have Climb On Safely. We have IOLS, which is the Introduction to Outdoor Leader Skills, Leave No Trace, Red Cross CPR and first aid training. QPR is back for its third year. And this year, brand new, we're offering youth mental health first aid training with our partner of the Farmington Valley Health District. So what do you leaders need to know? There'll be 2 pre-camp meetings prior to your attendance at camp this summer. The first will be a presentation on general camp information led by myself and our program director, Mike Gavlik, to talk about all the cool things that will happen each of the various weeks up at camp. And then the paperwork side of things will be on Thursday nights down at the Scout Resource Center with our camping registrar, Karen Coyote. So make sure you take a look at what week you're attending and contact Karen to schedule a time to meet with her to go over and finalize your payments, your rosters, your merit badge selections, all your paperwork, so that your arrival on Sunday is very, very smooth. Some important deadlines and reminders. Our rosters need to be in the system by March 15th. So please make sure you get those scouts signed up so that once you get in there and you pay your deposit for them, the merit badge selection process will open. And we have a lot of popular merit badges. It's first come, first serve. So get them in, get their deposit paid so they can get first dibs on those merit badges that they want. Our early bird registration is due April 15th. So make sure if you want to take advantage of that early bird option, make sure you have paid in full by April 15th. And then all registration fees are due no later than 4 weeks prior to the start of your week at camp. When you arrive at camp on Sunday of your week, check-in begins around 1 o'clock. Orientation to check out all the various areas to orient yourself to camp will start at 2. All provisional scouts should check in at the Alderman Center at 2 o'clock. And at least one adult leader must come up to Alderman to check in with Karen in the Alderman Center office. She'll schedule a time with you to come up to make sure that all that paperwork is finalized so we can start a smooth week at camp. Part of our philosophy here at the Connecticut Yankee Council is that we believe that every scout has the opportunity to come to camp. So if you are in need of financial assistance, we have camperships that are available, and it's based on need. Forms can be found on sequassen.org, our official Camp Sequassen website, and those are due by May 1st to the council office to be considered for a campership. So again, if you scouts need financial assistance, the council is here and available and ready to help. So we want all of our scouts in our council to come to Camp Sequassen this summer. If you're looking for a summer job, join the team. We are looking for a summer job for camp counselors to come be part of our summer camp experience. So if you love Camp Sequassen and you're at least 16 years of age or older and want to spend your summer of fun right at camp, we'd love to have you. If you're on a computer, scan that QR code or go to sequassen.org, click on staff, and click on the application. We are currently in the hiring process right now, and we'd love to have you join our team. If you're quite not ready to be on staff, but you'd like to join and be part of it for a little bit, we have the CIT program. The CIT program is a multi-week internship program where you come for the first week of camp as part of the CIT training course. Then you'll be invited back for 2 additional weeks as an internship and get to work directly in a program area for that week and really see what it's like to be a camp counselor at Camp Sequassen. So for that program, you must be a minimum of 15 years old. And if you're interested, click on that QR or scan that QR code on your screen or go to sequassen.org, and under the staff application is a link and more information about our CIT program. We'd love to have you as part of that program. And keep the fun going year-round. Make sure you follow us at Camp Sequassen on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and YouTube. Again, we got great content. We have great experiences. Camp is alive year-round. Summer is our favorite time of year, but make sure you check us out, follow us for all the great things that are happening at Camp Sequassen. Speaking of Camp Sequassen and great things that are happening, we have a lot of great work down in the facilities department that's helping us out, making sure that our facilities are top-notch, pristine, and in great condition for when our scouts arrive for their week of camp. So next up, I'm going to turn it over to our resident camp ranger, Ranger Dave, to go over a little bit about what's been going on at camp since last summer.
Hi everyone, Ranger Dave here, reaching out to you from Camp Sequassen. I was asked to give you an update on some of the capital improvement projects we're working on and infrastructure projects. This is the same sign that was in the shop last year, and now it's affixed to our shipping container, which will be traveling from project to project. And I'm currently standing just outside the new central shower house project, which has multiple components to it. I'll bring you over here and show you here in just a second. Okay, here I am, central shower house, looking at the overall project. I'm standing on top of a frozen mound of dirt covered in 24 inches of snow. But as you can see, the foundation has been poured for the new shower house. We had to stop progress back in December because it just got too cold and we were not able to get the floor poured or the underground plumbing in. But I wanted to show you a few things from my perspective. It's close proximity to the dining hall. It's right there in Clark Field. And this new opening right here that will connect both the central shower house and Clark Field activities. Right here in this opening will be a new multi-sport court through the generosity of Mike Maloney. Thank you very much. That's very nice. So we're hopeful that that will be ready for summer. It really depends on how long winter holds on to us. We don't think that the central shower house, unfortunately, will be ready for the summer. There's just too many logistics to work through to have that done for summer camp. Over here, trail campsite, we will be putting in a new access road to Trail Campsite and Savino Lodge. And then off in the background with Savino Lodge, once that new access road is put into place through the generosity of Mike Berthume and his family, we are going to be doing a full renovation of Savino Lodge just like we did with Zimmerman Lodge a couple of years ago. So very exciting news there. But all of these projects, whether it's the basketball court or Savino cabin, are all intertwined with this central shower house project, plus a new well being drilled for it. So a lot of new exciting things happening here at Sequassen. Stay tuned. So in addition to the central shower house, the multi-sport court, and the renovation to Savino Lodge, we're also repurposing the old north shower house to be a new classroom, additional classroom for the trades and STEM facility because of its close proximity. And shout out to Rings End Lumber Company for your generous donation to make that project possible. So I was asked to give you guys an update on the projects we're working on and infrastructure improvements. But I think it's important for everyone to understand the commitment from the board of directors of the Connecticut Yankee Council is 100% there, as they just purchased these two brand new pieces of equipment, and over the last 4 years have committed somewhere in the $1.7 to $1.8 million worth of investments into Camp Sequassen, whether it's the bathrooms or equipment and other small projects or other big projects that we're doing. So for our scouting community, know that Connecticut Yankee Council is 100% committed to the program. And also a big shout out to all the donors and people that volunteer. Projects like the multi-sport court, the renovation to Savino, the new classroom for the trades building, new equipment like trailers and lawnmowers, you name it, the list goes on, from private donors to units, to organizations, to the Alumni Association. Everyone is on board to help, and it would not be possible without everybody's contributions. So thank you very much for your support. I look forward to seeing everybody this summer 2026. And don't forget, 2027 is 100th anniversary for Camp Sequassen, and our goal, my goal, everyone's goal is 2,027 scouts in the year 2027. And there's a strong 100th anniversary committee working on some pretty neat activities and swag and what have you. So I hope to see everybody here both this summer and to celebrate the 100th anniversary in 2027.
Thank you, Ranger Dave, for those great updates. I know there's a lot of snow on the ground right now, but that'll thaw out eventually, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic once those projects are done. And to echo his sentiments, a big thank you to all the donors, all the work party attendees who helped make Camp Sequassen possible with all the great things that they helped build to make sure our facilities are top notch. So right now, joining me tonight, we have Dylan Hogan. He is our specialties director at Camp Sequassen, and I'm going to turn the floor over to him so he can talk a lot about all the great specialty programs we're offering at camp this summer. Welcome, Dylan.
Thank you, Migs. I'm happy to be stepping into a new role at Camp Sequassen, taking over the specialty programs. This year, starting off with the Trail to Eagle program, we are once again flipping the weeks that our citizenship and other communication-like badges are taking place. So weeks 1 through 3 this year will now have communication, personal management, and hiking, where weeks 4 through 7 will have citizenship in the community, citizenship in the nation, and citizenship in the world. These merit badges run concurrently with other elective merit badges, so we'll be replacing things like environmental science or sports and athletics in a Scouts schedule during the week. Trail to Eagle also includes seminars about how to complete Eagle Border reviews and the paperwork that goes into earning your Eagle Scout Award. Also happening week 7 is our special cooking merit badge. This merit badge is very intense for Scouts and only takes place during week 7 with Scouts entering grade 8 or higher in the fall of 2026. It's a great program. We have lots of staff that help out with the program, and they'll get a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity at Camp Sequassen. Next, we partner with the Awaniko Lodge at Connecticut Yankee Council to provide Order of the Arrow Day, or OA Day. This is a great program that provides all OA members an opportunity to do a service project at Camp Sequassen to really make a lasting impact at the camp. We will also have brotherhood ceremonies for those that are in Awaniko Lodge. We'll end the day with a great ice cream social open to all Scouts that are interested in learning more about the Order of the Arrow and what it takes to join a lodge near them. Awaniko Lodge will also open up their trading posts during the ice cream social for those in attendance to buy all their fun merch. Next will be the Sequassen Alumni Day. This event really expanded last year with the help of the alumni, from just membership sign up during the fire hose competition in the boating area to a much bigger event after fire hose with the alumni after party. This is a great opportunity for Scouts 16 and older, meaning Scouters as well, to come to the dining hall, enjoy free snacks, free ice cream floats, and play a lot of fun games while learning about all the new things that are coming to Camp Sequassen because of the Alumni Association. Finally, and this is a really big program that's been running for a few years now that I don't think enough people understand, is the Webelos and Air of Light Adventure Camp. This is a program for Cub Scouts that are the Webelos and Air of Light rank. It will take place at the same time as week 7 from August 9th to Wednesday, August 12th. This is for Scouts that are grades 4 and 5 in the fall of 2026, and they need to be accompanied by a parent, guardian, or den leader. The cost is $300 for a Scout and $100 for a parent or guardian that attends with them. This will have Scouts BSA programs for them to do. All the normal stuff from swimming to boating to archery, all age appropriate for the Cub Scouts, as well as special themed program that changes every year, and we really look forward to sharing that information soon. We hope that Cub Scouts will be able to join us at Camp Sequassen and really look at what the next few years in scouting will be for them and the new opportunities that it will bring.
Thank you, Dylan. And we're really excited to have all of those specialty programs up at camp this summer. So if you're interested, go to www.sequassen.org to check out and get more information about all those great things that we have offered up at camp. Next up at Camp Sequassen, we're going to hear from our program director, Mike Gavlik. This will be Mike's 5th summer as our program director. He's going to talk about all the great things program related, and we're excited to have him on board. So please welcome to the stage program director, Mike Gavlik.
Hey there, Migs. I'm glad to get to be here with you.
Thank you for joining us. And can you tell us all about the great program that's going to be happening at camp this summer?
Yeah, so we have a whole lot of fun going on at camp. I'm really excited about everything going on. It's my favorite time of year is the summer. To kick us off, why don't we hear a little bit from some of our staff that are returning this year.
Excellent.
And I'm our climbing director, and I wanted to tell you all about the exciting things we do here at the climbing tower every summer. We have our beautiful climbing wall right here, and we're looking at the medium wall right now. Every summer we have our Race to the Top challenges where we have some scouts racing to the top of these walls in time trials, and scouts have a blast doing this, and I look forward to seeing you out here. We also have just open climb for those scouts who don't want to race. We have a popular program here. We love our climbing wall. We also love our BMX, which we have over in the other area, and then our zip line on Wednesdays that we do as well. So just come out here to the challenge area, challenge yourself, get yourself to new heights that you've never gotten to before, because we're all here at the challenge area. We're about trying to challenge you to do something you've never done before and learn that you can do things like that. So come out to our area, and we look forward to seeing you this year in 2026.
Hi, I'm Bobby Gavlik, the Ecology Director down here at Camp Sequassen. We are so excited to have you here at Camp Sequassen this year. Whether that is for taking cool badges like environmental science with me, or reptile and amphibian study with one of my staff members. That could be coming down to Bug Wall and having a blast, looking at new animals, finding cool bugs, and just hanging out with the staff. We are just so excited for all the cool things that we can do here at Ecology at Camp Sequassen.
Hi, I'm Rob Lynch. I'm the RADA director here at Camp Sequassen. I'm also the rifle instructor. Come and see us next summer. We teach a merit badge. We have 8 lanes for shooting the merit badge. And on Tuesday night, we have lever action cowboys. So come and see us. We'd love to have you on our range.
Hey Camp Sequassen, ASJ here. Welcome to Halfway Up the Hill here at Handicrafts. Looking forward to seeing you this summer in 2026. We are here in the metalwork pavilion that got put in about 2 years ago. We're still going to have blacksmithing, don't you worry. And we're also going to have our classics still, leatherwork, wood carving, and our pottery class is going to get extended to a second section. And the other thing that we're going to be doing is a lot more demonstrations so that we can show you the different crafts that we have up here during open program, such as blacksmithing, throwing on a pottery wheel, and chip carving for wood carving. The other thing that we're trying to do is getting some connections with a medium that we have never done here at Camp Sequassen, so stay tuned. You might want to come and check that out this summer.
We really do have a lot going on. Brand new, also up at the challenge area this year, we get to introduce the multi-sport merit badge. The option that we're going with this year is the biathlon option, which is going to create a really exciting opportunity for scouts to have a unique experience between biking and swimming. We also have the zip line still running up at camp, something that's been extremely popular within scouts. It's a whole lot of fun. Head up there, take our zip line down in the afternoon, get a great opportunity that you don't normally get to do. I even made my way to the top of that zip line last year, and it was quite a memorable experience. At Handicrafts, we're introducing the Instant Art Challenge. The Instant Art Challenge is a fast-paced creative opportunity to create art in a randomized canvas of an unknown sketch to really put a fun twist on the creative styles of scouts. We're of course continuing blacklight crafts, where scouts can head up to Handicrafts in the evening on Wednesday and do some glow-in-the-dark art. The voice, and of course, our absolutely loved Tri-Craftalon, where scouts will do their best to make the most exciting art within their unit. Up at Scoutcraft this year, we're introducing the Fast and Furious. This is a race for scouts to compete in showing off their scouting skills. They'll get the opportunity to create lashings and knots in the fastest and most accurate time, competing against other units. Of course, we're continuing orienteering, pioneering wilderness survival, and backpacking as well as having camping and emergency preparedness to make sure that we have those Eagle-required merit badges that Scouts love to go and complete. Of course, it's Scoutcraft, so we still have axe and knife throwing, the Orienteering Challenge, and Lumberjack Olympics, just to name a few events. And up at Sports and Wellness, we have a whole lot of new things going on. This year, with the Maloney Multi-Sport Court, we're introducing a basketball tournament where your Scouts can go and compete in fast-paced games of basketball against one another, as well as the SEQ Open, our take on the U.S. Open with badminton-style or pickleball-style games that the Scouts will get to pick from one week to the next. Of course, we include personal fitness to make sure we have those Eagle-required merit badges available for Scouts, as well as things such as entrepreneurship, game design, movie making, and sports athletics, just to name a few merit badges. Up at STEM and Trades, we're continuing to add brand new merit badges, such as this year, the newly added Cybersecurity Merit Badge, where Scouts are going to be able to work on safe, ethical behavior against cyber threats and how to defend against them with things such as firewalls, antivirus softwares, and passwords. They'll get the opportunity to explore encryption and the risks of using things such as public Wi-Fi. It's going to be a whole lot of fun for a brand new merit badge that Scouting has added. We're also adding a new program, the Necessary Unmundane Olympics, where Scouts will get the opportunity to compete in Olympic-style games of necessary life skills, such as hammering in a nail or opening a can with a can opener. I'm really excited for that. Doing that as a Scout was one of my favorite events with my troop, and I'm excited to bring that into Camp Sequassen. We also have our Older Scout Adventures program. This is a program that runs from 2 to 5, where older Scouts will have the opportunity to do some very exciting, unique experiences. These things will depend on what the Scouts want to do each week. These can be anything from doing our high rope cope course, tubing down the Farmington River and having a waterfront lunch, cowboy action shooting, BMX course, shotgun shooting, just to name a few things. And anything that the Scouts are interested in doing, we'll do our best to try and accommodate if we're able to. It's a whole lot of fun and really makes for a very memorable week at camp where you get to do things outside of normal merit badges. Now, we're joined by our boating director, Thomas Sims.
Hello, I'm very excited to finally step into the role of Mr. Boating Guy down at the waterfront and finally be the boating director. We still have all the fan favorites down at the waterfront, especially our boats, like the canoes. They're always there, those tinfoil hot dogs. My personal favorite sailboats are indeed there. They're ready to go all the way around West Hill Pond. Moving around, we still have our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rowboats.
So Thomas, tell us a little bit about the swimming program that we offer.
The swimming program, we have
Dip your toe to the white area. For the red swim check, you're going to jump feet first into the water, submerge your head, then swim 25 feet down.
But it is very worthwhile.
Wow, Thomas, that sounds like there's a whole lot going on there. Thomas, what's your favorite activity at the waterfront?
Down at the waterfront, I really personally enjoy using those sailboats. It's just so enthralling and entertaining to just catch those beautiful 20-mile-per-hour winds going all the way to Teddy Bear Rock, making sure not to hit it, and making it all the way back.
That sounds like a whole lot of fun. Great things for Scouts to get to do. Thomas, I also know that the waterfront includes the Land and Sea Games.
The Land and Sea Games, or especially the Sea Games down at the waterfront, are really a way to cap off the week. I mean, we have some amazing parts there. My personal favorite, I gotta say, is definitely Bucket Brigade. I just love it so much. It's just we're so sick and tired of all that wet and water out there, so we want to take it out and fill up some Home Depot buckets. Don't be afraid, though. Even if there is adverse weather, we'll just have sea at land that day.
Oh. And Thomas, one last thing. Every year, Scouts tell me all about the fire hose competition. Can you tell everyone what that is?
Ooh, that's a really fun one. I will say, the fire hose competition happens on the end of the day on Wednesdays. What it is teams of 4 to 7. You can usually get an A team and a B team from each troop. Come on down to the waterfront, and they duke it out in a push of war. They will use fire hoses that we have using our wonderful West Hill Pond, and they will shoot water at a hung bucket along the beach. First one to push it all the way down or get the furthest in the time limit wins.
Thomas, it sure sounds like the waterfront is still your absolute favorite at camp. Of course, that's why you're the boating director. I can't wait to see you down there hanging out with those sailboats and all the canoes, and my personal favorite, the rowboat. Now, up at camp, it wouldn't, of course, be summer camp without having campfires. Each week, we're going to open camp with our opening campfire, produced by the staff, of course. But I'm very excited that we get to offer the opportunity for scouts at the end of the week to come up and participate and show off their scouting spirit in our closing campfire each week. The opening and closing campfire is one of my personal favorite things at camp in order to show off scouting spirit and show that enthusiasm that everyone has, and really unifying the entire camp to really pull everyone together and kick off a great week or finally conclude a absolutely phenomenal time that we've had.
Thank you, Michael. That all sounds like amazing programming for this summer, and we're really looking forward to having all of our scouts there to experience that great program that we're offering.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Summer, like I said, is my absolute favorite time of year, all because we get to be here at Camp Sequassen.
So before we go over to our next segment, can you tell us a little about the Honor Scout program?
Absolutely. The Honor Scout Award is something that we've revamped this year in order to follow the Scout law. It's going to follow all 12 points to have scouts show off how trustworthy they are in camp, loyal, friendly, courteous, and so forth, to really represent themselves as a standout citizen within our scouting community. It's an opportunity for scouts to get that individual scout recognition from the camp to really show how much of a memory and impact they've made in the summer.
That's fantastic. So scouts will absolutely have the opportunity to really live by the Scout law while they're here at camp and to be recognized for all their great work. That sounds absolutely fantastic.
Yes, it's one of my favorite things, and I know I said I love to end the summer camp week with a closing campfire. Miggs, what do you think a great way to end the summer would be?
I think a great way to end the summer would be to come back for Week 7. And this year, we're offering a great Week 7 special. If you and your troop would like to come back for a week of camp, the minimum 4 scouts and 2 adult leaders, the cost is only $300 for that week of camp if you register by April 15th. After that, it only goes up to $350. And if you want to come as a provisional, it's only $400, and we'll supply the adult leadership, and you'll form a provisional unit. And that's, again, $400 for the early bird fee, turned in by April 15th, and only $450 after that. So that's an absolutely fantastic deal. Last year we had 2 full provisional units, 1 boy unit and 1 girl unit, and it was an absolutely fantastic week. So if you want to come back for another great week of camp, come Week 7. It's sure to be a great time, and it's definitely a great way to wrap up your summer. And next up, we're going to hear and go to the medical side of camp with all the ways to fill out the medical health form and all things health related. So I'm proud and happy to turn the floor over to our Health Services Director, Nurse Dave.
I'd like to kind of go over some of the best practices to make your arrival at Camp Sequassen easy and not a problem for your troop or for an individual. Best practices for troops is really to make sure you have one person that is responsible for all of the medical paperwork and that all of the paperwork comes together and that it's complete. If you're a provisional, please make sure that you include a contact person, whether it's a parent or somebody that if there's any problems with the health forms, that I can contact you to get clarification and make sure that things are done correctly. If the troop is sending it as a packet together, that works really well because of the fact that I have a roster of who is coming as a troop, and then that troop is checked in and they're all reviewed, and we're looking for if there's any issues that we need to be prepared for as the campers and the adults come into camp. And if it's a provisional, we also have a roster for you as well to make sure that we actually do have your paperwork. If you are a provisional that is doing more than 1 week, it is always better to make sure that you actually submit for that week, even if it is an extra piece of paperwork, just because unless I'm told on the Saturday of checkout, that I don't move those files forward. They just go into a collective folder, and then it becomes a lengthy process to try and chase them down later on. We do not hold on to your physicals. At the end of the week, we look to return them back to the troop or to the individual. Again, if they leave my hands, I can't guarantee that I'm going to have them 2 weeks later if you come back as a provisional. The health form this year is, again, the same health form that we've been using for the past couple of years, which I guess is good news. So there's not a lot of changes. For those of you who have dealt with it before, it's the same form, but there are, again, some areas that I want to highlight to make sure that you understand that we need to have it. The first one, of course, is the A, and I need to also really highlight the fact that physicals completed all the pages for everybody, scouts, scouters, youth, adult, they all need to be done. The only reason that you would not need a physical is if you are in camp for 23 hours or less, and that's a 1 day only. It can't be an accumulation of, if I come on Monday and I come on Wednesday and it's only 22 hours, it's good. No, 1 day, 23 hours max. If you're going to be there Monday and Wednesday, you need to have a physical on record. So starting with the A form, it's basically the information form for you to be in camp, to follow the rules, be involved in stuff, and that needs to be signed by the participant and the parent or the guardian. If you're an adult, of course, you are the participant. If you're a scout or youth, then you need to have a parent or guardian sign it. At the bottom of the A form, there's a section that says who is allowed to pick up scout. That needs to be completed for if it's the parent or guardian or some other relative that's picking up somebody. And it should also include a scoutmaster or adult from the troop that if for some reason the scout has to be transported, that there actually is permission for that scout to be transported by an adult from the troop. The bottom or the last section on the A form is actually those that are not allowed to pick up or should have no contact with a scout at camp, and that's important for us to have. So please do not confuse that with that is an area that you can let people pick up, but only if they are not allowed to pick up. It saves on the hassle for checkout if a scout leaves early during the week. The B page is actually kind of a background information page. The top part of it is basically listing the information, and more importantly, it's the health insurance form that if the scout needs to go out for medical care, that's available to the medical provider, as well as the fact that in the middle section there, before it gets into the bottom history, is the section of who we need to contact if we can't get a hold of the parent or guardian that can kind of be stand-in until we're able to chase down that parent or guardian. The bottom part of the B1 is the health history. That needs to be completed. It's not a pick and choose, check off what you know. It's actually yes or no for everything. If it's a male scout, then yes, there are some things that don't apply to a male scout. And some things may not apply if they don't have cardiac problems or whatever, but it still needs to be marked with a yes or a no. The B2 form is actually the allergy starts it off, and that starts off with a metered dose inhaler if they have one, as well as an EpiPen for an anaphylactic reaction. We need to know that those are actually in date and active for use if we have to. And right underneath that, it lists any and all possible allergies, whether it's plant, insect, food, medication, that needs to be completed. The next section below that is medication. If the scout or scouter is on a prescribed medication, that needs to be filled out. And I will talk later on about our over-the-counter medications, but if there's a difference from what our over-the-counter medications are, your medical provider would need to fill that out for the scout, the youth, so that that can be administered, as well as you would need to provide that as a parent or guardian. With our youth especially, in Connecticut, it's a double signature. The medical provider needs to sign it on the left-hand side, and the parent or guardian signs it on the right-hand side, giving asking permission for that medication to be given. And the bottom of the B2 is actually the immunization history. In Connecticut, that needs to be completed. It needs to be completed with dates. So, and it only needs to be the last date given. You don't have to give me all of the dates of every immunization given, but just the last date of administration of that immunization. In Connecticut currently, there still are some immunizations that are contraindicated for medical reasons or because of a religious exemption. There is a specific form that needs to be completed for a religious exemption. And in the sideline and forms that you can upload from the Connecticut site is actually that religious exemption statement form. It is a 2-page form and needs to be completed by some legal authority that says yes, that they can do it. It's not just a parent say, oh, we're not doing it. It has to have some backing, whether or not that's from a judge, a notary public, or something of that nature. If it's a medical exemption, then your medical provider would be the one that completes that form. Then we go on to the C part of the physical form, and that is the actual physical. That's the backbone. That's the big thing that needs to be completed. And on the first part of that is actually the permission to be involved. That's filled out by the medical provider. A medical provider can be a doctor, a nurse practitioner, a physician's assistant. It is not a nurse. It is not a medical assistant. It is not the office manager. It needs to be a licensed medical provider, either a doctor, a nurse practitioner, or a physician's assistant. As you move down the form, there also is a space for vital signs, for respirations, pulse, and that type of stuff. On the left-hand side is the actual physical. That needs to be completed by your medical provider. The other part on the right-hand side is the examiner's certificate. This is where it gets really tricky because of the fact it has to be signed by the medical provider, not stamped, but signed, and then dated for the date of which it's being signed. I also point out that it can be confusing for the medical provider for what it states, and there's a true false. That if they put down false, it actually means no, which then can cause problems because it means they do have that problem. So please make sure that your medical provider is the one that understands that. Otherwise, the form is returned because of the fact it's assumed that the scout or scouter has those problems. For instance, also, if it's an orthopedic issue, it talks about a time period. So if Johnny Scout or Sally Scout had a broken arm 3 months ago and they check that, they need to have an orthopedic clearance in order to come into camp, proving that they have been cleared to be involved in the activities. So again, that's the examiner certification on the right-hand side. I really kind of recommend that you walk in with that form in your hand and shove it directly under the medical provider's face and have them fill it out right in front of you so that you walk out of their office with it, because giving it to the office, having the office then get it to it and get it from them 2 weeks later sometimes can cause other problems that actually happen in a timely one, as well as the fact of it being filled out correctly. The next form that Connecticut Yankee has is actually the over-the-counter form. We do have a camp physician on our staff that we work with, and he and their practice have agreed to certain medications that we keep in stock available to scouts and scouters that they can take 1 or 2 doses. They cannot take it all week long. So if you're thinking that they can take that antihistamine for the entire week, no, it can't happen that way. It's just 1 or 2 doses. If it is something you do not want given, you can cross out through it and, initial it saying, no, you don't want that given to your scout, but you cannot substitute with anything so that you have something else to put in place of. It's only what we have in stock. You can cross out, but you cannot add. As I mentioned before, there are medications are handled through the health office. All of those medications, whether it be for adult or for youth, go through the health office. By the state of Connecticut and legal restrictions as well as the orders, I have to follow that, and I administer the medications to the youth at assigned times or as needed if they come to the health office. For adults, I hold onto the medication, but they will self-administer it at assigned times, and the medication is made available to them, and they actually are, quote unquote, the ones that will give it to themselves, but I have to hold on to it. It's a safety measure, and it helps us to have a camp that's safe for not only our youth and adults, but also for our animals and other life things that are going on within the camp. Other forms that we will need, the state of Connecticut expects that we will have what's called action plans, or plans that in case of an emergency, we follow what the medical provider wants us to do. These forms are available on our website. The forms that are available are labeled under Asthma Action Plan. There is both an English form and a Spanish form of that. There is a food allergy and an anaphylaxis emergency care plan. There is a seizure care plan. There is a generic care plan if there for some reason is something that we don't have on our thing. And then there's also something called the diabetic care plan. That one is not on our website because that's a much more involved care plan, and that one actually is run through the endocrinologist for the actual scout that would have that problem. And that's, like I said, a much more involved plan, so that would come from them. So overall, I already talked about medications, and the last thing I would say about medications also is there are emergency medications. Those are available to be self-carried. There is a self-carry form that needs to be completed by your medical provider. These are emergency medications that are life-saving medications, such as an EpiPen or for anaphylaxis, an asthma meter dose inhaler for instant care for shortness of breath, cardiac drugs. Those are the emergency medications that we're talking about. Other medications like other things for asthma that are spread out and given twice a day, or other medications that can wait to be given through the health lodge, those are ones that are not emergency medications. So only ones that are immediate life-saving medications. I certainly hope that this has been informative, and I certainly hope that this can help you have a smooth transition into the summer. My purpose is not to be the detective trying to figure out why, what, and where. It's just much easier when the forms are complete, done correctly, and then they fly through and you get into camp. You don't have to wait online, and it just makes it much more fun for the scouts and scouters. Medications, like I said, are turned in. They are expected to be turned in to the health lodge on Sunday afternoon on arrival to camp. Again, as was mentioned in the beginning, life is a lot easier and a lot smoother if there's actually a designated medical head person that knows kind of what's going on with the scouts and what to anticipate, as well as if they're paying attention to the med form, so that they can say, this is going to be a problem, please make sure you get this corrected, rather than sending incomplete forms to camp. Again, if for some reason you do have any kind of questions, I would encourage you please to go ahead and send me an email. I'm pretty good at responding to those in a fairly quick fashion, so that I can hopefully make it easier, as well as I'd rather answer the questions before than after, or when you're actually at camp that week. So again, thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you this summer. Stay warm till then, and hopefully summer will come upon us quickly and soon.
And thank you, Nurse Dave. We really appreciate you giving us all that great information about how to fill out those health forms properly. And again, if you have questions, please make sure you reach out to him. He's great to work with. He's been on our staff for over 20 years and a pleasure to work with. Joining us before we wrap up tonight, again, our program director, Mike Gavlik, and we also have our STEM and Trades director, Tyler. We're going to just talk a little bit about what we're offering up in the STEM and Trades area this summer.
So, Tyler, can you tell us a little bit about what kind of merit badges you have up at STEM and Trades?
Yeah, so up at Summit Trades this summer, we have welding, engineering, plumbing, programming, and we also have automotive maintenance and 2 new merit badges. We're going to have cybersecurity and AI merit badge.
Okay. Now, Tyler, what's your favorite activity up at STEM and Trades?
Ooh. If we're going to go with merit badges and what we do in the merit badges, I think oil change day for automotive maintenance is my favorite activity. But favorite open program, I think so far has to be SEQ Space Race.
Ooh, SEQ Space Race. That's a whole lot of fun. I know also on Friday, Thomas talked a little bit about the sea games of the Land and Sea, and you also help at the land games during the Land and Sea, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the land games, Tyler?
So land games is, I think, our premier event at Camp Sequassen. It's a whole camp-wide event where we're all going to go down to the Clark Field, and we have a bunch of activities. So we're going to do a bunch of competitions like the relay race, dizzy bat. We're going to be doing some more interesting ones like face the cookie. So we all get down there. It's a great way to compete with your troop. There's a ton of energy involved in it with like promoting your troop, just showing up for the camp. The staff get really into it. So we want to see you guys there, and we hope that you really show up in full force.
Wow, Tyler, that sounds like a lot of fun, and it sounds like the Scouts get to see you both at STEM and Trades and at Clark Field for the Land and Sea Games. I'm really excited to get to see you back up at camp again this year. So thank you for joining us, Tyler.
No problem.
Yes, thank you. And speaking of thank yous, we would like to thank you all for joining us tonight and hearing about all the great programs and opportunities that are offering to you Scout and Scouters this summer up at camp. I want to thank everyone that was able to join us here tonight. Special shout out to Northeast Digital Media, who's helping host this event. They do a fantastic job every year, and we're happy to be in partnership with them. And we're very thankful for all the Scouts and Scouters that come to Camp Sequassen every summer. We want to thank all of the donors, everyone that contributes, everyone that puts in time, their talent, to help make Camp Sequassen the best place it is. And as I like to wrap up with every campfire, as I'll wrap up tonight, remember to always cherish the wide earth and give friendship to all, because Camp Sequassen is a place good Scouts belong. Thank you, and have a great night.
Thank you so much. It really does help to offer kids these opportunities that they really can't get anywhere else. And it makes a big difference in our lives. So thank you.
Hi everyone, ASJ here. I'm standing in the brand new metalwork pavilion that we put in about 2 years ago. I want to thank all of our donors that put in the time, the money, and effort to get these pavilions put up. We've been using them a lot this summer, and the Scouts really love the giant fans behind me.
Hey, I'm Big Mike, and I work up at the archery range, and I'd like to thank all the donors for all their help with supporting Camp Sequassen. You guys make it possible to provide Scouts with a safe, fun, educational experience here at camp.
Thank you for supporting Scouting.
I'm Jim Schwab. I'm the Scoutmaster of Troop 1846 in Attleboro, Massachusetts. I am thankful for the ability to work with youth and mentor them through their formative years of learning leadership.
Thank you for supporting Scouting.
I'm Jack. I'm AJ. I'm Nathan. And we're from Troop 125. I'm really thankful for the relationships I've built in Scouting.
I'm really thankful for all the people I've met and all the things I've gotten to do through Scouting.
And here at camp, I'm really thankful for the Gaga Fit.
Thank you for supporting Scouting.
Thank you for supporting Scouting. I support Scouting, and I hope to for several more years until I reach 80.
Hey, I want to thank everybody for all your support that you give to Scouting. It goes to create wonderful facilities like this and provide a wonderful program to our Scouts. So to everyone that has lent your support and all your donations, I'm really appreciative, and thank you for that.
Thank you for everything. You're really helping us enjoy Sequassen and have a lot of fun.
Thank you for supporting Scouting, and all of us really appreciate what you do to make Scouting possible.